Hi boys and girls and any grown-ups that might be watching too. I hope you're all keeping well and staying safe at home. I hope you've had a good week. The weather has been quite nice again, so hopefully a lot of you have been outside enjoying some fresh air when you can. Well, today is a really special day and a special day indeed. It is Easter Sunday. And in my talk today, we are going to share the joy of Easter. So to start us off, I thought we could have a little guest appearance from a member of our creche, my daughter Ava. She's going to come and play a little game with me, and we're going to play a game that many of you have played, I'm sure, before. It's called Pass the Parcel. So Ava, can you come through? Hopefully we'll have fun with this game just very quickly. Here she comes. Can we give everybody a big wave? You can see Ava's had a bit of an ouchie, haven't you, Ava? It's a little bit of a burn, she's got a bit of a sore throat. This game will pass the parcel, I think, will cheer you up, won't it? Yeah? So we're ready. So we'll start the music when we're ready. And Ava, you're going to hold the parcel? Go, can you pass it to us? Oh, get to open it. Ooh, it's exciting. And what's inside? Anything? Look, what's this? Show the boys and girls. Oh, some chocolate. Look at Eva. Nice logo again. More wrapping. Okay. What's it again? Thanks very much. Oh, it's my turn. What have I got? Oh, is it Eva? It's a book. Little Miss Princess. Oh, lovely. I'll read that later. Looks good. You'll eat your chocolate later. That's good. Okay, I think we've got another wrapper here. Go. Thank you. Please go around. Here we are. Okay, you want to open it? It's a box. Oh, show the boys and girls. It's a box. Do you think there's something inside? I'll hold your chocolate. Open it up. Oh, what could it be? I'm sure everyone's really excited. Hold it up. Oh, it's there. Oh no! Safety, there's nothing inside. Oh no! Oh no! I thought there was going to be something exciting in there. Did you? What did you think was going to be in there? Chocolate. Well, luckily, even if I've got a little something. You want to take? Thank you. Say bye bye to everyone. Thank you for helping me with that game. I'll see you later. The reason we were playing Pass the Parcel there was so that when we opened the parcel you could see that it was empty. There was nothing inside the box. In fact, we were really surprised to find there was nothing in there. So that leads us on to the passage we're going to read from the Bible today. We're going to be finding out about two women who were disciples of Jesus, and they visited Jesus' tomb once the Sabbath was over. And when they get there, just like Eva found the parcel in Pass the Parcel, she found that the tomb was empty. And they would have experienced a whole range of emotions. First of all, they might have been disappointed, they might have been scared, they might have experienced a lot of fear, and then laterally they might have experienced a bit of joy. And in the story, they are sent by an angel to tell the rest of the disciples that Jesus is raised. They have been chosen to spread really wonderful news that Jesus is risen. They had a really important job. So we're going to read that passage now, and it can be found in your Bible in the book of Matthew, which is in the New Testament, and it is chapter 28, and it's verses 1 to 10. I'm just reading from the Good News Bible, and so if you want to read along with me, you can. The resurrection. After the Sabbath, as Sunday morning was dawning, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. Suddenly there was a violent earthquake. An angel of the Lord came down from heaven, rolled the stone away, and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were as white as snow. The guards were so afraid that they trembled and became like dead men. The angel spoke to the women. "You must not be afraid," he said. I know you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here. He has been raised, just as he said. Come here and see the place where he was lying. Go quickly now and tell his disciples he has been raised from death, and now he is going to Galilee ahead of you. There you will see him. Remember what I have told you." So they left the tomb in a hurry, afraid and yet filled with joy, and ran to tell his disciples. Suddenly Jesus met them and said, "Peace be with you." They came up to him, took hold of his feet, and worshipped him. "Do not be afraid," Jesus said to them. "Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me." Wasn't that a fantastic story? So the Mary Magdalene and the other Mary had gone to the tomb to visit Jesus, and when they got there, the tomb was empty, and they had been told by an angel that they were to go and spread the good news that he is alive. And that's the message I want to say to you today, boys and girls, that it's our job to share this good news that Jesus is risen, and we have got to share that with as many people as we can. Before I talk to you about how we're going to do that, I have 3 questions about the story, and I just want you to have a wee think about them. I want you to think about what was the most amazing part of the story for you. Was it when the women arrived at the tomb and they saw it empty? Was it when they were told they had to go and share the good news? Or was it when they realised that Jesus was risen? It might be something different. I'd like you to tell someone at home what you thought was the most amazing part of that story. Also, I'd like you to think about how the women might have felt when they got to the tomb. How would they have felt when they visited it? Would they have been scared, shocked? How would you feel if it was you? I'd like you to tell someone at home how you might have felt if you were visiting the tomb and you discovered it was empty. And also, I want you to have a wee think about how we can share the good news that Jesus is alive today. I know it's quite difficult. We're at home at the moment. We're not out and about the way we usually are. So maybe this would be a perfect time to think of a really creative or an innovative way that we could share the good news that Jesus is alive and he is risen and he's risen for us. And that got me thinking, how can we start to share the good news about Easter? How can we share the good news with others that Jesus is alive? So I've decided this week I am going to set you a craft to do. You can do it today, Easter Sunday. It'd be lovely to see many of you doing this. All we need is a couple of sticks. So if you can go out to your garden, maybe if you're out a walk, have a wee look and see if you can find some sticks. Try and find a longer one and a shorter one. And then what you're going to do is you're going to try and attach them together. I just found some old string that I had lying around. If you don't have any string, you could possibly just tie them with an elastic band, an old hair bobble, string, wool, anything you can find to tie them together. And they should look a bit like this. Here's one that I've done. And what I also did was I found an old birthday card that I had. It could be a bit of paper, it doesn't matter. And I made a sort of tag just to tie onto my cross, and I make it a little message. So on this one it says, "Easter is hope, he is risen." So you can do that one. Even I made another one, just a simple one, it's a bit of a bigger one, and it just says "Happy Easter." So you can make that message on. This is another one made, I've written "Jesus is risen." Okay, so you can that's your craft for this week. Like, go outside, find some sticks and make some crosses and attach an Easter message. And what you can do with these crosses is you can leave it in your own garden. You could maybe put them in your window or out in the front garden for people to see. Possibly you could hide them when you're out your walk, and hopefully people might see them. You could pop them into flower pots, you can pop them into the grass or the soil as you're walking past, and maybe leave a nice message of hope for other people when they're out walking. Or possibly you want to leave it at someone's doorstep, someone that you know could just do with a little bit of cheering up. That's your craft this week. Also, another thing you could do is you could, instead of having a bare cross like I have, you could decorate them with fresh flowers, and you could add a little bit of colour, just like Jesus brings colour and new life into our lives. It might be nice just to decorate. You could have a bare cross and one that's decorated with colour. Just to show the difference that Jesus can make in our lives and to help us remember this message that Jesus is alive. That's your craft for today. It'd be really great if you could send some pictures of them and pop them onto Facebook, or you can email them to me. I'll put my email address up just in case anybody doesn't have it. And it'd be lovely to see lots of your crosses out and about when we're out walking as well. So have fun doing that. And it's nice to meet with you. You don't need to buy anything to meet these courses, which is even better. So I would just like to finish off by saying a huge big thank you to Malachi for his super version of My Lighthouse. I loved watching your actions and I loved listening to your singing. You were excellent. You really cheered up my day, and Eva and I really enjoyed watching that. In fact, we've watched it many times. And also a big thank you to Iona. Your actions and dancing to Shine is just fantastic. So thank you very much, Iona. It's lovely to see you. It's nice to see that you're doing well and you're very talented. So thank you very much. And I'd like to just end with a prayer. So if you'd like to close your eyes and bow your heads, and we'll finish with prayer. Risen Christ, send us out like Mary to share the good news. Send us out like you sent the angel to share the good news. Send us out as your disciples to share the good news. Amen. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you all really soon. Have a lovely week. Thank you, boys and girls.